it's Shireen Vishmaya coming to you on an incredibly gorgeous afternoon in San Francisco. It's like ridiculously high temps for San Francisco. It's almost 90 today, so we're really enjoying this heat wave. But it's still nice and breezy, so it's actually really perfect. And this is the follow-up video that I promised I would make about the post. This is kind of in reference to that Instagram post I mentioned in my last video about how every sign has a mother energy for that sign. So for instance, let's start with Aries. And what does that mean, a mother energy? So I'm looking at the 4th house of the horoscope for each sign, and then considering how that is the base soil or the root energy, or what nurtures or mothers that particular zodiac sign. So you can do it with all 12 signs to really get a better picture of what each sign is about. And if we start with Aries, of course, the root energy of Aries is Cancer. Cancer is the 4th house of Aries. So Cancer would be the energy that Aries would find the most nurturing, how they would like to be mothered, what's home for an Aries, what is their base soil, like what really roots and grounds them. So obviously they do have a strong connection to the past. They have a strong connection to their family. They have a strong connection to mother in general. And home is especially important for Aries. I mean, it's like all the Cancer themes, doubled, which if you have an Aries rising, that's your whole chart. Everything's doubled because everything's in its, we could say traditional place. Like Cancer is the traditional energy of the 4th house. So for Aries, it really is literally about the home, the roots, and double everything I'm saying about what 4th house energy is. Now, if we move on to Taurus, the root energy or the mother of Taurus is Leo. So Taurians need to really ground in self-expression, love, creativity, generosity. Often this is why Taurians are such amazing artists, naturally very self-expressive, very creative, because their base soil is super creative. It's Leo, so it's still that fixed energy, but it's fixed fire that supports them in bringing so much beauty into the world, and that loyalty, that beautiful loyalty that Taurus is so famous for. Gemini is rooted in Virgo, so the mother energy of Gemini is the sign of Virgo, which that archetype is the hermit. So even though you might think of Gemini as being quite social, loving to talk and exchange information and ideas, when it comes down to it, they really need their hermit time. They really need time to just kind of geek out on their projects, hide away and just really get into whatever work they're doing and their rituals, and they find that very nurturing. They actually find their work to be like a good mother. So they actually might seek emotional comfort or rootedness in their work or in their rituals, their health practices. They also love their wellness rituals. That's also Virgo. And just whatever magic, whatever practices they have, things that they want to repeat over and over. That's the Gemini root soil. And then if we move on now to Cancer, Cancer is rooted in Libra. So that means as a mothering or nurturing energy for Cancer, it's all about that beauty and balance. There has to be a peacefulness. There has to be a sense of harmony in their home for them to feel really nurtured. And they're always looking for the right thing, like doing the right thing. They're rooted in that sense of harmony and justice of Libra. So also it means having relationships, having a partnership would be something that would feel very nurturing to them. But most importantly, they have to have peacefulness, and they need a mothering energy that would be all about doing the right thing and bringing more beauty and companionship into their life. Venus things. Now, Leo is rooted, this is how we started the conversation to begin with, in Scorpio. And that means that the base soil or the root of Leo is that fixed water of Scorpio. So it's all about emotional vulnerability, depth, passion, intensity, and also the ability to die and be reborn, to go through a deep death rebirth process. This is part of the Leo. It's what they do you could say at home, in private, at their base. They are always reinventing themselves. They are always thinking about how they can die into a better version of who they are. So they will go through death rebirth experiences. They will go through emotional loss. Loss will be a deep teacher, will be like a mother to them. So there is definitely a feeling of letting go when it comes to Leo, understanding their roots. Okay, Virgo now. We move on to Virgo. Virgo is nurtured by Sagittarius. So what really nurtures or roots Virgo is the sense of travel, adventure, expansion, higher wisdom, higher consciousness. Teachers, gurus, coaches, Virgos love that. They love sourcing inspiration. So that would feel like a good mother, somebody who would constantly infuse them with inspiration and, like a mentor. Like the mother energy is a mentor energy. It's a sage. It's like a sage or a guru or a guide. It also means that often they find home, or what they find nurturing is to travel and to expand their horizons and, be a little bit of a jet setter. They especially love, of course, to travel for things that really nurture their wisdom. So this is the Jupiter aspect of Sagittarius. Now, if we move on to Libra, Libra gets nurtured by Capricorn. So Libra finds structure, stability, really good quality, solid roots as what comforts them on a deep level. So in other words, they're going to be looking for integrity. They're going to be looking for something long-lasting. They like to have roots that are like pretty permanent, pretty long-term, and really good quality. Like that's the whole thing. Libras root down in like top quality. And integrity and boundaries. They need to structure and boundaries around their home, and that's a good mother to them. Somebody who actually sets rules for them, and where they know how they know to determine their limits. They need to have that root support, which has boundaries and limitations intrinsic to the base. Let's see. Moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio is rooted in Aquarius. So the mother of Scorpio is Aquarius, which is all about innovation, being authentic, breaking your own rules, thinking about what's good for the higher cause, the community. So Scorpio, what mothers them is to have their friend base, to have their soul friends, their soul family, their kindred spirits, their team, their alliances. That's what really makes Scorpio feel rooted. And as a Scorpio, I can definitely tell you that I have to have a friend base wherever I live. I won't feel I'm at home unless I have friends. And as a child, growing up as an only child, you can ask my mother, my biggest complaint was always like, where's the people? Like, where's my friends? Like, I, from, very young age, realized what home was for me more than anything was having friends live close by. I needed to have my friends. Even though I'm an introvert and a loner, I needed to know I could have like a base of friends nearby. So this is really what supports and roots Scorpio, those deep, those really loyal friendships. Okay, Sagittarius now is rooted in Pisces. So Sagittarians, of course, are the jet setters. They are the experiential sign, looking for always the grass is greener, right? The next greener pasture, or greener horizon. And but because Pisces is the root soil, they also need to have escape time. They need to feel like they can get away from the mundane world, that they can, drift off, dream, imagine, and have this very deep spiritual sense, a soulful sense, a connection to whatever their spiritual calling is, their soul calling. They need soul time. They need dream time. So very important, and they need maybe even sleep marathons or movie marathons. They need like their ability to escape. That's really what supports and mothers them the most. And also unconditional love and the higher vibration of Pisces, which is all about that deep compassion and forgiveness. There's a deep sense of forgiveness that Sagittarians are really rooted in. Okay, Aquarians now. Aquarians are... they are mothered by, oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. That doesn't make sense because I'm going in order. Pisces for Sag. Taurus, yeah. I don't know why I skipped the Aries. Because I skipped Capricorn. I'm like, what's going on? Okay. Mercury is squaring Uranus today, so Shireen's brain is not skipping. I actually mentioned that the Mercury-Uranus square could feel like a record skipping, and my brain was like a record that just skipped zodiac signs and completely threw me into chaos. for a minute. So my computer is glitchy too. Yeah, sorry. So Aquarius is mothered by Taurus. So Aquarians need that deep loyalty, slowing down, beauty, good food, a sense of stability, a sense of reliability. That's a good mother for Aquarius. Something really sensual and solid and slow and embodied. That's a good root soil for Aquarius. Okay, now, oops, I didn't mean to skip Capricorn. Going back to Capricorn. Sorry, Capricorns. Capricorns are rooted in Aries. So what supports Capricorn on that base level, or mothers Capricorn, nurtures Capricorn, is Aries, which means pioneering, taking risks, taking action, being the first to do something. You know, Capricorn, what will really mother their ingenuity and that part of them that wants to create new structures in the world, they have to be able to go out and initiate and be the first to do something and take action and just go full force, you know, with their dreams. So that Aries is a great base soil for them, and also it gives them that sense of, you know, being the first to do something and having that that innate sense of trusting their instincts, which is great. Really important part of Capricorn. Okay, last but not least is Pisces, and Pisces is rooted in Gemini. So what supports Pisces is what nurtures them as are good books, information, new things to do around town, variety, switching it up, looking at the duality of everything, writing, reading, constantly learning, soaking up new information. This is really, really nice. And also, you know, Gemini is a sign of the twinship or the siblings, so kind of having their twin at home or someone they can kind of twin up with, or just, you know, often Pisces will just have their bed loaded with books, and that's like a good mother to them, you know. It could be TV too. Gemini is also connected. It's just like information coming at them, so that feels like a good mother. Of course, so now that I've gone through all of the mother signs, I will do another video which will be the father of each sign, because now it's kind of an easy thing. You can maybe even figure it out for yourself, but it'll be fun to go through it. It's the opposite of what we just did, and that's what gives that father structure, kind of more emperor kind of energy to the sign, whereas we just did the more nurturing, feminine base soil. This would be like where the sign is trying to go in life, trying what it wants to achieve at its highest, and how it could be grandfathered, as they say, grandfathered? No, how it could be reach its potential. We could say each sign has its potential. So that'll be the next video. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to hear your comments, read your comments. Love to hear them, but have to read them below. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.